Hi, my name is Emily Iannelli, and I am the creative force behind T-Girl Angel. I identify as a female. I was born male. I'm married, and I have a son who's autistic. I went to college. I have a formal college education, studying mechanical engineering and following up with accounting. I'm a CPA. After losing my job, after I came out, I was severely depressed, and I lost my sense of my own individuality, who I was. I struggled with my life and what I wanted to do. And I started to get involved in writing, and I started out with a blog that I titled A Father's Love, My Son and Autism. And basically I wrote entries about what it's like to raise an autistic child and share that experience with other people. I feel it's important to create and leave a part of yourself. I think that's more important than any job I ever had. I think it's more important to share your experiences in a creative way, in an autistic way. I am going to recite a writing I did from my blog, A Father's Love, My Son and Autism, and the title is A Dream, a Hope, a Wish, a Prayer, a Life, and Autism. It is very important in our lives to dream as young children and to always be encouraged by our parents to reach for the stars in all that we do. When we are kids, we are constantly evolving and growing, and we are always learning and developing throughout our youth. The time in the life of a young child is very special, and it should be filled with hope, optimism, encouragement, enthusiasm, and prayers to God for our child's good health, happiness, and a life filled with promise, hopes, dreams, vision, and self-confidence. It is every parent's hope that their child is healthy and able to develop naturally and adapt to the typical changes that children encounter as they grow. We all are grateful for being blessed with a child in our life, and we always want the best for them. If a child is born with autism or some form of disability, it means that child will have some challenges ahead in their life, but they should have the same dreams and hopes that every child needs to have in their life. My son is autistic, and he has challenges that we are trying to help him deal with. At times, it seems he will have his share of difficulties and periods of isolation. I only wish that he could realize when he struggles that he has the love and support of his mom and dad, and he has many in his corner working to help him. For many people, autism is not really understood, and from outward appearance, for the typical person raised in a typical community, very difficult to assess. There are many autistic children who from first impression seem very normal. So when they seem to act out in an inappropriate way to the dismay of others, it seems they are defiant and unruly. This, for most autistic kids, is the furthest from the truth, and it seems the parents are thought of as not being able to discipline their children. The reality is that the parents will do anything to help their autistic child, and they put so much time, effort, and compassion into raising their special child so they can hopefully fit in and have lesser outbursts and meltdowns. It is not easy raising an autistic child, and for most families, it tests their very limits of patience and endurance and adds a great deal of stress and financial pressure on the family. It is very important to accept the situation and work together with family and all in the support network to help that autistic child find their way in the world. To an autistic child, the world can be a very scary and intimidating place, and they would rather live in their little place that is safe and free from confrontation. Autistic children tend to have social difficulties and feel that they cannot fit in, unfortunately. It takes very committed family and professionals to help address these children with their thoughts and insecurities and help them through these societal obstacles. It is our dreams, hopes, wishes, and prayers that help us through these challenging times and give us the insight and knowledge that will help us find the dedication we need to get our autistic child on the right path in their life so they can have the same chances and opportunities that all children deserve. The one thing I have learned about raising an autistic child is that my sense of life and purpose revolves around my son, and everything I do or plan to do is for helping him become better and more self-confident. Autistic children do tend to suffer from anxiety and have many challenges, and it sometimes can be emotionally very trying in their life and the parents as well. As a parent, I strongly urge you to never give up on your child and to always show compassion and hold on to hope and provide love, support, and encouragement. There is nothing like seeing an autistic child blossom and come into their own after realizing the struggles they encounter. To see an autistic child smile and hear them acknowledge that they feel loved and accepted, and to truly help them find something that challenges them and gives them self-confidence is the best gift we can ever experience in our life as parents. The many ups and downs we will encounter as parents raising our children is all worth it if we can set the standard for them so they will benefit and grow and become happy, well-balanced, confident, and caring young adults ready to take on life's challenges and have dreams, hopes, wishes, and vision. I pray every day for my son to have a wonderful life with autism, dedicated to my son, who inspires me every day, by Edward D. Ionelli III, also known as Emily Ionelli of T-Girl Angel. a message. I'm a spoken word artist, a poet, I guess you could say. My poems don't rhyme, but that really doesn't matter. What's important in my writings is the message. It's always been about what comes through in words. Words are very powerful. They can truly touch others in ways you couldn't imagine. Did you ever read a greeting card? They are written to carry a message. They are a part of everyday life. People enjoy receiving them. People love to be remembered. People love to be thought of. People seem to enjoy being captivated. They want to feel emotion. They want to know someone else's perspective. That is the beauty of what I try to do each time I feel inspired. I draw from within. I know what it feels like to hurt, to feel sad, to want to cry. I also know the better side of life, the happy side. I try to balance out what I write. I don't want to always come across as a dark writer. That's not my goal here. I simply wish to express what is real. I'm not into fluff and make-believe. Sure, fantasy is cool. I love it. We all do. But that's not what I'm about. I'm about reality. I will provoke you. I will scare you. I will haunt you. I will even make you think. A writer is worth nothing if there is no truth to what is said, what is portrayed, what is written. Sure, I am writing from my own personal perspective, but that is the beauty of what is said. It is my life. Sure, I also can use dramatic portrayal in my writings. That is a good thing. Not everything you read is completely true. Some is fabrication. I do it for the message. That is really the importance to writing, touching your audience, bringing them in, capturing them, tugging at their hearts, making them feel the pain. I'm also writing because I must. It is what keeps me going, helps me cope, teaches me to live, to accept my limitations, to find inner peace. Writing is about sharing, communicating, telling a story. We all have one. I will be the first one to tell you that I will never stop writing, because if I do, that means I no longer live. I will always write for as long as I live, and for as long as I have a message. Emily Iannelli of T-Girl, Angel. Appreciating the little things in life. Did you ever need to collect your thoughts and do some real soul searching to see what it is that makes you happy? We all would benefit if we evaluated our lives from time to time and stayed true to who we are, and we comprised the list of the things that bring a smile to our face and a feeling of joy that we try to hold on to each and every day. If we were to make this a priority, and we did it with sincerity and for our own personal fulfillment, we would find our lives more satisfying. We all have a list of things that make us happy, but it is not formal, and for most of us it is in our mind where it is recorded in our subconscious. I believe that if we asked one another to comprise such a list, we would see a lot of similarity, and we would also see simplicity. Simplicity is good because we don't always need extravagant things to make us happy. Surely materialistic things do find a way in bringing us comfort and happiness, but eventually we will find that it is short-lived, and we then have to buy that next big thing to bring us joy once again. We realize that the simple things are more meaningful and long-lasting because they are intangible, they are priceless, and they keep us balanced and focused. From time to time I have worked on my list, but it is not written down anywhere. It is in my mind, so I feel this is a good exercise because this will allow me the opportunity to share this in written format for me to refer back to at any time, and also to share it with my family and those who are a special part of my life. I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, I find writing is a challenge and an awakening that helps me reflect and bring out a part of myself that I very rarely share with others. I find when I write, I can express things that I cannot do in conversation, and I feel more comfortable, and I'm able to bring it out and express it in words that seem to come as I sit at the keyboard staring into the computer screen. I did not envision myself opening up this way, but since I have lived with shyness my whole life and dealt with family tragedy, I find this really is a great way to draw strength and find healing. So if you were to really think long and hard about all the things that make you happy, how would you start your list? And how would you decide the order of things? I believe free association is probably the best way to begin, and writing down all the things that come to mind will allow you to formulate a list that comes to life and develops a picture of you and your most inner thoughts that express your internal happiness. We all need to tap into this part of ourselves, given all the stresses and sadness we feel and encounter in our busy and ever-changing lives. I also feel that the more we reflect and understand ourselves and who we are, the more our relationships with others will vastly improve, and we will find that we are more able to live healthier and happier lives. For me, I would have to say that being able to recall something is one thing I would never want to lose. Memory is so important, and it allows us to remember all those special people in our lives, especially our parents. It brings us back in time to a happier place, and allows us to smile and appreciate our life. I have always enjoyed remembering parts of my childhood and the bonds shared with my parents, who really taught me a lot and helped me to become a kind and caring individual who finds joy in simple things and does not get caught up in material things. Sure, it is nice to have fancy things, but when you really break it down, you realize we came into the world with nothing, and we leave the world with nothing. When I say nothing, I mean material things. I don't actually mean nothing, because we do come into the world with something, and that something is very special, because it is most important in our development, and it is the love and nurturing our parents provide us, which helps us each and every day. We all need to feel loved, and the love of parents and child is the most important and most special gift we could ever have. I also know that when I see my life flash before my eyes, I will want to envision all my family and friends who touched my life and helped me to appreciate being alive. I want to hold on to them in my mind as I slip away from what I have become accustomed to in life, now having to accept the reality of moving on to the other side when it is my time, which hopefully will be peaceful and free of pain. I have often wondered if our loved ones who have departed are able to see into our lives and help guide us in some way, and share our joys and our accomplishments, and feel our frustrations and our pain. I have always believed that we are not alone in our lives, and we are protected by the love of our loved ones who have left us. Two very special days in my life I will never forget is my wedding day and the day my wife gave birth to our son. I was on cloud 9. She experienced the pain and the joy, and I was there for the ride. And what a wonderful ride it was. It all started when I heard the words spoken to me from my wife 9 months earlier, as she said it with eagerness and joy. "I'm pregnant." I was overjoyed myself, and now realized how special it was knowing a baby was on the way. If I could preserve a special moment in time and recall it, I would have to say that this was one of those special moments. When our son was born, I was so happy and very proud. I was a daddy, and my wife was truly wonderful in her devotion and eagerness in becoming a mommy. I was so happy for her, as she endured so much throughout her pregnancy, but when she held our son for the very first time, all that pain seemingly went away, and all she felt was pure joy. Babies have a way of touching our lives, and they help give us a sense of hope and immense joy, brightening up our days, weeks, months, and years ahead with wonderful moments and precious memories. I am a proud father, and I live for my son. He truly makes me happy, and I wish to make his life fun and filled with love, hope, joy, happiness, and promise. I love being his dad, and certainly would welcome another little one into our lives if it was meant to be, to provide our son with a sibling, and us another opportunity to raise a precious child like our precious little Maddie. The one thing you always worry about when you bring a child into the world, though, is that they will have a future of promise and be given opportunity and feel secure and safe. So, this is how my list goes. Remembering my parents and never forgetting them, holding on to that image of my mom and my dad and my two sisters. My first date, hearing my beautiful bride say "I do" on our wedding day, hearing my wife say "I'm pregnant," witnessing the birth of my son with my wife and realizing I am a dad, seeing my wife cradling our son for the very first time, seeing our baby boy sleeping peacefully in the hospital bassinet, holding my baby boy in my arms for the very first time, calling my dad to let him know he is a grandpa once again, watching our baby boy sleeping peacefully in his crib at home, sleeping peacefully at night next to my wife and our baby son, hearing our son say his first words, say "mommy" and "daddy," seeing our son crawl and then walk, seeing our son eating healthy, seeing our son attend his first day of preschool, seeing our son growing and maturing, seeing our son enjoying himself and developing friendships, spending quiet times with my wife and son, celebrating Christmas together today, and seeing my son opening his presents and getting all excited with the gifts he received from Santa, remembering back to Christmases of the past when I was a kid and celebrating with my family and visiting our grandparents, seeing my son smile when we spend time together, going to movies, baseball games, the park, the pool, and road trips, family vacations, winter snowstorms, skiing, playing baseball, reading a good book, telling my wife how beautiful she is, telling my son how much I love him, realizing I am just scratching the surface and have so much more to be happy for, working and doing my best and feeling accepted and respected, driving a new car, owning a house, hearing the birds chirp in the morning, seeing the sunrise, seeing the sunset, walking along the beach with my wife and son on a winter day, swimming at the beach on a warm summer day with my wife and son, wearing a beautiful dress, spending time with my family and friends, seeing my wife's mom and dad smile and including them in our vacation trips, attending a rock concert, listening to classical music, taking an enjoyable walk, raising money for a good cause, going to church and being close to God, buying nice clothes, buying my wife and son nice clothes, donating to charity, eating popcorn and candy with my son at the movies. I have so much more to add and feel this is or will constantly evolve, and I accept the inevitable. If I was asked to explain my feelings on what it is to be like me, I would have to do a lot of self-reflection and not answer the question so quickly. I would be hesitant and reluctant, though I would be rather forward in what I do have to say, which seems to be a little bit of a contradiction. I'm not one to pull punches, as I do always speak the truth. I may not know everything, and I never admitted to such a thing, but I do know that I am very sincere and compassionate in every aspect of my life, and when I do say or write something, it truly comes from the heart. I don't sugarcoat anything, as I've come to realize that it's better to tell it as it is and to never mislead anyone, especially if they are going to be influenced by what you have to say. I have a son, and I feel it's important to establish a healthy dialogue with him because the fact is, it's very difficult for him to understand my situation, and I don't expect him to. I just want him to realize and understand that it's okay to be different, and that there are things in life that we truly will never come to understand. Even I don't understand why I am the way I am. It just seems to be my destiny, like it's my son's destiny to be special needs. We don't choose this, it just is, and there is not much we can do but to come to understand and accept it. Life is difficult enough. We don't have to sabotage it by self-hatred and ignoring the problem. There will come a time when we will have to just say to ourselves that it's okay to be the way we are. That's the way God intended it to be. And we may as well just come to understand and accept it, for we will never be able to force ourselves to live a life that does not truly befit us. We must just find our peace and accept the inevitable. Emily Ionelli of T-Girl Angel. Alone, I sit and wonder why. Why am I feeling this way? I am sad. I am hurt. I feel depressed. I have no one to talk to. I need someone. Why must I always feel so alone? Why must I feel so trapped? Is this my destiny? Is this the way my life is supposed to be? I just want someone to talk to, someone to ease my pain. I am a good person. I just don't see it that way. I isolate myself. I don't like who I am. I feel lost. I don't want to share myself. I rather hide. I'm afraid to tell others how I feel. I've been hurt too many times. I can't bear the pain anymore. I just want to sleep. I feel if I sleep I can escape my pain, even if it is only temporary. I sometimes just want to die. If I die, I will no longer be in pain. I sometimes wonder if anyone would truly care. I must be strong. I must fight those feelings. I need to make a change. I am afraid to. If only life could be so simple. All I want is someone to talk to. Someone who can understand me. Someone who can appreciate me. I want to live. I truly do. I need help. I need a friend. I need someone who cares. I need someone to hold my hand. I need someone to tell me it will be okay. I remember when I was a child, my mom would always comfort me. She listened to me. She heard me. She loved me. I loved her. I miss her. All I have now is a memory, a distant memory, a beautiful memory. Memories are good, but they are fleeting. Sometimes I envision myself being comforted by my mom. It is a mere dream, a wish, a hope. I believe one day I will see my mom once again, and my dad too. When I feel sad and all alone, I cry. My tears are real. I can't help it. I am tired of feeling alone. I wish I could feel happy. I just want a friend. That's all. I'm not looking to be Miss Popular. I just want to have someone I can talk to and share my secrets with. Someone who accepts me. Someone who will listen to me. Someone who will wipe away my tears. Someone who will stand up for me. I also want to do the same for them. I will be their best friend. I will cherish them. I will love them. Friendship is hard to find. Friendship is precious. Friendship is priceless. Friendship is true. Friendship is real. Friendship is hope. Friendship is me and you. I must never give up. Although I am alone, I am still here. I have a reason to live. I am supposed to share my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my pain, my frustrations. I am here because I have a son. I don't want him to go down my path. I want him to know he is loved. I want him to be strong. I want him to feel loved. I found my true friend. I knew it all along. Of course. How could I not realize this? It is quite obvious. My best friend is my son. We are here for each other. Although I don't see him often due to the distance that separates us, we are together as father and son, as friends now and always. I love you, my son. Edward D. Ionelli III. Emily Iannelli. Champagne dreams. We all are in search of that special something, but sometimes don't always know exactly what it is. All we know is that we want to find something that truly gives us purpose to our life. We want to find that special talent we have, that special quality that makes us who we are. We're all in search of that defining moment when we realize what we are destined to do with the rest of our lives. We may go our entire lives searching for it. It is not always evident, but we must keep striving and never give up on what we search for. Life is predicated on highs and lows, and we must be able to balance things out and always remain optimistic. We must always have that never say die attitude. We must always stay strong and believe in ourselves. It is very easy to give up, but we know that should never be an excuse for us. We are far better than that. We all have desires. We all have passions. We all have ambition. Life is a very tenuous thing, and we are the pilot of our destiny. We must never forget that. Life can be filled with challenge. Life can be filled with heartbreak. Life can be filled with sorrow. Life can be filled with pain. Life can be filled with struggle. Yes, we all know that. But we also must realize that life is also filled with joy, with celebration, with proud moments, with miraculous moments, with accomplishment, with fun and laughter. Life is like a seesaw on a kid's playground, filled with ups and downs. We must learn to brace ourselves for the downs and learn to appreciate the ups in our quest for our champagne dreams. Emily Iannelli of T-Girl Angel.